Hello and welcome to Attention Central Texas. I'm your host, Charles Jenkins, and in the studio with me we have Mr. Raymon Cockrell, who's Executive Director of Food Care Center here in Killeen, Texas. Hello and welcome to today's show.
Good morning. How you doing, Charles?
Pretty good, pretty good. Let's just jump right into the questions and first tell us a little bit about the Food Care Center.
The Food Care Center was formed 31 years ago, in 1987, by a collaboration between the First Baptist Church here in Killeen and St. Joseph's Catholic Church. So we've been serving our community for 31 years and always been a faith-based organization. Our mission is to stand in the gap with those who are hungry, and that comes from Ezekiel 22:30.
That's pretty awesome. I just said the center's located in Killeen, but just right off the bat, tell us the address and all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. We're located at 210 North 16th Street in Killeen, which is back behind the post office on 10th Street for folks that know where the post office is. And we're open Tuesday through Fridays, 9 to 1, and again on the first and third Fridays from 4 to 7.
Okay. Do you have any exciting projects coming up that you want to just share? I know there's 3 that I have written down, but is there any others that you want to talk about? Or you can just start out with the Turkey Trot.
Yeah, we'll start off with the Turkey Trot. That'll be November the 17th. It's an annual event, and the City of Killeen is our partner.
Okay.
It'll take place that morning at 8 o'clock. Registration starts at 7. All the runners, it's a part of the Syntax Race Series, which I'm not a runner, but my understanding is that's a big deal for us to be a part of that race series. We're still looking for sponsorships. They can reach out to us at the Food Care Center between now and October 31st, and the runners can sign up on runsignup.com.
Okay, and when you say sponsorship, go a little bit into that for us.
Yes, sir. The different sponsorship levels for corporate sponsors and businesses in the city of Killeen. And each sponsor level, we'll get a little bit more exposure during the race, but all of our sponsors will have their names on the back of the T-shirts that are handed out in the runner's bag that day. Okay,
and I know you do something super special for military families on November 19th. Share that with us.
Yes, sir. This year we've committed to doing 1,000 Thanksgiving baskets.
Wow.
We met with the chaplain's office not long ago. We did 700 last year, so we'll have 1,000 Thanksgiving baskets to our military folks on that Tuesday, the 19th. And what a blessing it is to be able to hand those out. We partner also with the Command Finance Specialist. They'll all be there that morning and take them back to their troops.
And what are some of the things if you can share, that you put in the basket for the troops?
Yes, sir. It's a pretty robust basket. They'll get a turkey, all the fixings, desserts. They'll also get to get bakery and bread items that day. Like I said, the bag itself is about a 10 to 12 pound bag of groceries, and then they'll also get the turkey, which is a 10 to 12 pound turkey.
What an awesome way to give back to those who
who serve our community. Yes, sir.
And I know one of the things that keeps you guys going are food drives. So just share food drives, and we were talking earlier, how many pounds of food? I know your fiscal year ended. Tell us how many pounds of food you guys got, all that stuff.
Yes, sir. Fiscal year 2018 just ended on September 30. We served a little over 84,000 clients this year. 20% of those are children, 20% are seniors, and then 20 to 25% of those are military related, whether it be active duty, retired, and or veteran status. Now, we have local food drives ongoing at all times. We just had a church deliver groceries to us this morning, and we welcome that. The largest food drive that we have each year is coming up on November the 16th, the Friday before Thanksgiving. That's the Food for Families drive, sponsored by KPLE-TV and HEB. The goal overall for that day is 2 million pounds.
Wow.
We'll collect here in the Killeen site. Our goal this year is 250,000 pounds of food.
Wow. How often do clients come to the food center?
They can come once per month.
Okay.
And then on the 4th Friday of each month, we had Fresh Food for Families. The Central Texas Food Bank brings a truck full of fresh fruit and vegetables.
Wow.
And they can come again that day, and we have about 400 families that come each 4th Friday to get the fresh fruit and vegetables.
What kind of foods you guys provide?
Well, there's 4 areas. Unlike most pantries, we empower our clients and actually give them a grocery basket, just like when they go to the grocery store.
That's awesome.
They'll come in, and first they'll go to our dry goods area where there'll be canned goods, cereals, pastas, and then they'll go from there into our bread and bakery area. And it's all dependent upon the size of their family and the availability we have that day. And then from there they move on to our meat, dairy and drink section.
Yeah.
And then after they go there, they'll leave and go out to our dock and get fresh fruits and vegetables that we have. Typically 35 to 40 pounds of groceries is what they get each visit. And that's about 10 days worth of groceries for most families.
That's a lot.
Yes, sir.
What drives you to keep doing this?
Wow, I feel called.
Mm-hmm.
I came back, this is my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Came back about 6 years ago thinking I'd come back and be the director. And for whatever reason, it wasn't my time, and I guess the good Lord didn't think I was ready. They came back to me about 2 years ago and said, hey, are you still interested? Absolutely. And the Lord has been good to me. And
that's awesome.
He said, to whom much is given, much is required.
That's awesome. Again, what are the qualifications for? Can just anyone come to the food center, or
yes,
what are the qualifications?
Bell and Coryell County, and there is no qualifications. If you're hungry, we give you food.
All right.
We would prefer that they bring a picture ID with them, and then if they have dependent children or other family members, if they could bring a Social Security card, some type of government ID. If they don't have that, we'll always give them food for their families that first time. The second time we'll require those documents. But no qualification, and we never charge a dime for groceries.
And what, I know you probably have a bunch, but what's a story that comes to mind of someone just coming back saying, man, we really appreciate this?
Wow, there's so many. I recently got a card, and it was a family that donated $300 to us. And he said, I'm able to return the blessing. When my family and I came, you fed us. We couldn't make it from day to day, and you stood in the gap with us, and now we're able to pay it forward and give y'all a donation.
That's pretty awesome. And going back to the Turkey Trot, I know we didn't discuss specifics, but how much is it for a person to sign up? Just the details that go along with a run.
Yes, it's $20 per runner.
Okay.
And again, they can sign up at runsignup.com. It's very easy for them to go on that site. Registration will begin at 7 a.m. that morning out at Lions Club Park on Stan Sleater. And then the race starts at 8. It's a run/walk. And again, all 100% of the proceeds go to the Food Care Center. Last year was about $15,000 that went to the Food Care Center.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes, sir.
How big, how much space you got? How big is, because it sounds pretty big.
The Food Care Center itself, we have about a 10,000 square foot facility.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. We have 3 walk-in freezers, 1 huge, large walk-in refrigerator, and then we have stand-up freezers and refrigerators where we distribute the groceries to our clients.
And I know places like this are always in need of volunteers. So do you need volunteers? And how can a community come around like they've already doing to support you guys even further? Absolutely,
it's a big blessing. And we say we belong to this community because we are financed by this community, and then you're fueled by our volunteers. We have well over 100 people in our volunteer bank that provide over 1,000 volunteer hours each month. We couldn't run our facility without it. We only have I'm the full-time guy, and we have 4 other part-time staff. And so we truly do depend on our volunteers to run it. They can always call us. It'd be best to call me on my cell, 512-818-1497, or shoot us an email at foodcare@embarkmail.com.
And are there any qualifications for the volunteers?
No, sir, no qualifications at all. We also provide community service opportunities for those that need to do that in the community as well, whether it be service organizations or court-ordered.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like, just from talking with you, I can feel your passion. And the Food Care Center, why is it so vital for this community?
Well, first and foremost, no one should go hungry within our community, most especially children. And when you see that, 18,000 children we provided groceries for this last year of those 84,000 folks. We saw an amazing increase in demand over the summer. Over 30,000 clients. Of those, right at 8,000 were children. So children should never go hungry. Mm-hmm. And the good Lord tells us to feed His children in His Word.
That's right.
And that we should always, if we whatever we do for the least of these, we do unto Him. And so that's really our mantra there at the Food Care Center.
What are some of the misconceptions people have about coming to a food center? whether they embarrassed, how would you break down some of those barriers? What would you tell our viewers?
Well, first and foremost, when you look in our facility, there's no doubt that we're faith-based. And we pray every morning. One of the things we share amongst one another is that we need to be kind to everybody that walks into that door. Have a kind word for them, because that may be the only kind word they see all day. And, there before the grace of God goes all of us. There's a number, I was born and raised in Killeen, and there's a number of folks that come through the door and see me. And I try to make sure that they don't feel embarrassed, and they're always welcome to come to us, because we've all, there before the grace of God, like I said, goes all of us, and a bunch of us have been in that situation before.
That's right, and I think stuff can happen at the drop of a dime, and any of us can be without money, without food any day. And I just brought that up because I want people to feel, if they need something, to reach out, because so many people, I can't do it, I'm embarrassed, and so I'm glad you said that.
Yes, sir. We'll welcome them with open arms.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Are there any final thoughts that you want to share that I didn't share, or anything you would just want to say to the people of Killeen, Bell County, the community?
Well, as all nonprofits, and we hear about donor fatigue, we've experienced some of that as well. There's a lot of folks with a handout that needs a hand up, and we've experienced financial challenges over the past several months, most especially with the increase in demand over the summer. Just this last week, for the first time ever on our website, you can donate via both e-check and credit card. Before it was PayPal only, but we have that option available, and if folks would please go and help support us. Again, we belong to this community. 90% of all of our operating funds come from local individuals, churches, and businesses.
That's awesome. And Mr. Cockrell, I just want to just take the time on behalf of KPLE to just say thank you for what you do. Thank you for your heart. It shows in your talking, and just thank you for what you do for the community, because I think it's a vital part.
Thank you, Charles, and we appreciate KPLE's support.
Yes, sir. And thank you, our viewers, for tuning in to Attention Central Texas.